Hey Grace and Miles, Miss Pam here. Hope you guys are having a great day. It is time for us to have our second reading lesson with our new book, We Make Good Choices. So what I'd like for you guys to do today is get your book out, and you are going to need a highlighter. You can use any color highlighter that you would like. And while you're getting your highlighter, I would like for you to find, after you get your highlighter, the word choices on the front of your book. Choices. Did you point to this word? Very good, because that's the word I want you to highlight. And the reason I want you to highlight that word is because our book is all about choices. Now, yesterday we took a picture walk through our book, and we talked a lot about what was going on in each of the pages, and we found out that each of our pictures were pictures of boys and girls making good choices. So before we read our book together today, I would like for you to go ahead and turn to page 3. But before we read, I would like for you to look where Miss Pam is circling. At the very top of this page are 6 words to know. Now, these are words that are probably going to be new to you. And I would like to go ahead and introduce those so that when we see them in our story, we will know how to pronounce them and read them. So take your highlighter, and I want you to highlight that very first word. Now that one you probably do know because it's one that we learned already. Choices. Choices. Now, the word underneath the word choices, if you look at your book, is spelled F-A-I-R. Now, I would like for you to highlight that word. That word is pronounced fair. Can you say that with me? Fair. And if you remember, we talked about how on the front of the book that the little girl in the green shorts was sharing she was sharing a piece of her orange with each of her friends. So she was making a fair choice. She didn't give her friend over here 2 pieces and her friend here 5 pieces and this friend over here no pieces. She made sure that she was fair and gave everyone the same amount. So the word fair is going to show up on one of our pages. The next word that you see that Miss Pam is pointing to is underneath fair. It starts with an H. H-E-A-L-T-H-Y. Go ahead and highlight that word. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit if you need a little help finding it. Now, the word that you just highlighted is pronounced healthy. Healthy. And if you remember, there is a part in our book where we talked about choosing foods in a lunch line. And my thinking is that they're going to be talking about healthy food choices. So to be choosing something that is healthy is something that is good for our bodies. So let's repeat our 3 words. You can either point to them on your book or look at the computer screen. Repeat after Miss Pam. Choices. Fair. Healthy. Good job. Now let's do them together. Point to the word. Choices. Fair. Healthy. Now the last 3 words I want to introduce to you are on the other side. So go ahead and highlight the next word. And the word that you just highlighted is pronounced helpful. So if you're being helpful to somebody, you're doing something kind. For example, if Miss Hammond asked you to go get her a cup of water and you went and filled up her water bottle, you would be doing something very, helpful for Miss Hammond. Helpful. The next word starts with the letter Q. And this word means to be shh, quiet. Can you say that with me? Quiet. And our very last word to highlight is pronounced, you can probably read this one, try. Try. We have a blend of TR, tr, and then the sound of Y. Now, normally the sound of Y at the beginning is y, like in you, but at the end, sometimes it can make the long I sound. Try. All right, so let's repeat after Miss Pam. Helpful, quiet, try. Let's say them together. Helpful, quiet, try. So those are going to be your 6 vocabulary words that Miss Pam really wants you to work on and learn to read this week. All right, so are you guys ready to read? Me too. I'm going to zoom this back just a little bit, and I am ready to read with you. Now, we're going to read together, so I want you to get your reading finger out, and I want you to place it under the word we. I'm going to read the sentence first, and I want you to listen, and then we're going to read it together. We try, there's one of our vocab words, to make good choices every day. Okay, now try it with Miss Pam. Here we go. We try to make good choices every day. All right, good job. Page 4. Okay, just follow along and you may track as I read. Let's go down just a little bit. Being kind is a good choice. Now you try it with me. Being kind is a good choice. Page 5. Listen carefully. Being helpful is a good choice. Now read it with me. Being helpful is a good choice. Page 6. Being quiet is a good choice. Okay, read it with me. Being quiet is a good choice. Page 7. Being healthy is a good choice. Now you read it with me. Being healthy is a good choice. I am starting to notice a pattern with the first word in each sentence and then the last 4 words. I bet you're noticing a pattern as well. Let's keep reading. Oh, there's that word again. Being fair is a good choice. Okay, read it with Miss Pam. Being fair is a good choice. Page 9. Being safe is a good choice. There's those same 4 words again. Read it with Miss Pam. Being safe is a good choice. The last page is a little different, but it still has words that I know you guys can read. So starting with the word the best choices are good choices. Okay, read that with Miss Pam. The best choices are good choices. All right, good job, Grayson Miles, for the first time. Now, I know that we highlighted the words to know over on page, well, this is page 3, so it's right before page 3. Now, what I want us to do is I want us to do a little bit of highlighting with the words and the pattern that we see on each page. So you're going to have to follow along with Miss Pam very carefully and do not work ahead. So the reason I'm going to have you highlight these words in the same color is because they show up on every page in the middle of our story. And that's going to help us remember. So the first word I want you to highlight is the first word of the sentence, which is being. B-E-I-N-G. Now I want you to skip the next word, kind. I want you to skip that, but I want you to highlight the same phrase that we see at the end of each sentence. Is a good choice. So you're going to highlight the word being and then is a good choice. So we're not going to highlight the second word. We're going to leave that alone for right now. All right, on page 5, I want you to do the same thing. I want you to highlight the word being, skip the word helpful, but highlight is a good choice. So make sure that you're highlighting the same words that Miss Pam is highlighting. All right, let's look at page 6. Can you find the word being? All right, I'm sure you did. Go ahead and highlight it. And we're going to skip the word quiet. We're going to leave that alone, but I want you to highlight the phrase is a good choice. And I'd like for you to do the same thing on page 7. Highlight the word being, skip the second word, which is healthy, and then highlight is a good choice. So I'll let you get caught up if I'm going a little fast. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing again on page 8 and 9. We're going to highlight the word being. We're going to skip the second word, fair, that highlight is a good choice. And again, on page 9, we're going to highlight being, skip the word safe, is a good choice. Okay, so we're going to stop there. And what I want you guys to do is go back to page 4 where you first started highlighting. So when I say the word, I want you to point to it in your book. Are you ready? Can you point to the word being? That's right, it's your very first word. Can you point to the word is? Is your finger under the word is? You can check your computer screen. Good job. Can you point to the word a? And now can you find and point to the word good? And then the last word is what? You got it, choice. So at the end of each of these sentences is the word choice. Each page has the phrase is a good choice in the middle of our book. So if you can learn those words, you're going to be reading this in no time. So tomorrow, Grace and Miles, we are going to read through our book again, and then we're going to highlight the type of choice that we're talking about. So tomorrow you're going to need your book again, but this time I would like for you to bring a different color highlighter. So if you highlighted being and is a good choice in yellow, then you need to either choose pink, orange, green, blue, something different, okay? All right, I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day.